something. Something. So maybe a little bit fruitier notes, right? Seems a little bit fruitier than the VSOP, a little bit different aromas.
Yeah.
Maybe some apricots in there. Okay, so take it away and then put it right underneath your nose if you haven't already. Then you can get some of the spicier notes. You guys noticing that? Maybe a little more leather, a little oakier. Oh, would you like that?
A little bit spicier.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit spicier, right?
Yeah.
A little more oaky. Some of those, you know, more floral and fruit notes are a little bit dampened because the spice goes. Yeah. Okay, so let's taste a sip, and as it's called in France, we'll chew the first drop. So put one little drop on your tongue and let it permeate your palate. Wow, that is, I really like this one. It's different, right? So what do you guys think? How does it compare to the VSOP?
Actually, for this.
Really, yeah. I'm not surprised. It's got a really dampened alcohol kick to it, but it really helps those fruity notes come in. More like a ripe fruit and maybe a little bit drier VSOP.
Speaking as a non-cognac drinker,
You like this one? Yeah. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you like it. Okay, so have another good sip, and let's really get a good tasting.
so what is the appropriate vessel to drink cognac from? One always sees it with, you know, the balloon.
Snifter?
Yes, the snifter, and often warmed in the snifter.
Yeah, we can warm it with your hand and the snifter or tulip glass.
So it should always be a tulip glass.
Well, it depends how you're drinking it, but yes. If you're just going to have a neater with an ice cube, generally in a snifter or tulip glass. Pardon me. If you're going to mix it in a cocktail, well, then you want it in a cocktail glass like we had out there. So it really depends how you're drinking it.
Or a coffee mug at work.
I prefer my Tim
Hortons coffee.
Yeah, however you enjoy it, that's how you do it.
So we've also heard, like with Scotch, that sometimes if you add like a little bit of water, it sort of like enhances or changes the flavor and it brings something new. You don't do that with cognac.
No, you totally can. And that's a really, really good question. Because if you add a little bit of water to any cognac, and a little bit, it really can change the taste. And some of those flavorful notes can come out a little bit more as it's sort of the alcohol part of the spicier notes are dampened a little bit. So it really is. And like, I think some of you tried to dampen the eau de vie that we were trying in our blends with a little bit of water, and it really does change the flavor. You know, it kind of takes off that really harsh kick at the end, and it really makes it a softer, you know, more flavorful experience.
Okay. And I have another question. Is there like, does it make a difference what kind of water, like distilled water? Because some, I mean, it can affect the taste if it's too flavorful, if it's too salty. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you would want good quality water, so with low particulate matter in it, or ppm.
So the most neutral sort of.
Yeah, well, I mean, most water should be a pH of 7,
Seven.
right? Because that's right in between. But usually when you get some minerals, dissolved in things, it can actually lower it. And as it sits out in the air, which this is totally going off on a tangent, you get carbon dioxide from the air dissolving in the water forming carbonic acid, and that actually acidifies it. Yeah, so a little bit off topic, but I can't help being a scientist.
Interesting. Yeah. So we won't hold it against
That's
you.
some witness when you were here.
Let's test it. Yeah, I'm not sure the pH of the cognac.
Yeah, that's just tap water would have chlorine.
Yeah.
It would. No, you definitely wouldn't want to put that in.
Yeah.
You would be killing your cognac. Literally, actually, because of chlorine would. Long story.
What about swirling?
Okay, well, swirling, yeah. So you're not actually supposed to rotate the glass when you initially nose it. But if you do swirl like in a snifter where you're warming it up, it's just going to help release some of those aromas. So when you're smelling it, I mean, tasting is just one of your main senses, where you eye it, you smell it, and you taste it. And you want to bring them all together in your cognac experience. So you're absolutely right. You can swirl it, you can warm it up, you can get some of those fruitier notes hitting your senses, and you can enjoy all of it, right? I mean, because you can imagine as Madame Perrier-Touchet would do is, you know, she would be doing all that. She'll be looking